Next stop on the NRSL Mello series brings us to Darlington, South Carolina. Darlington Raceway, the track 2 tut, the Tame. And we are set to go for 37 laps of action. It's the running of the Mountain Dew Baja Blast 200. Going to be a great race here today on this 1.366 mile racetrack. So let's get to the starting line for today's running of the event. On the pole for the race at 178 miles an hour, it is Benjamin Miles in the number 7 Geico Chevrolet, the winner at Daytona this season. Flanking him outside is Jonathan Zorlin, car 33, the Ream Chevrolet. Row 2 is the winner at Road America and Bristol this season. Joshua Osborne, the 60 Winn-Dixie Ford. And beside him will be Quentin Moore, car 89, the Racing for Jesus Chevrolet. Third row has three-time winner this season, Jessica Shelton, car 94, the New Holland Ford. And beside her will be Paul Minick, car 10, the Nesquik Chevrolet. Fourth row has Nick Gunther, the winner at California, in the number 20 GameStop Toyota. And Ryan George, car 24, the Pepsi Chevrolet. Row 5 has Jesse Turner, the winner at Las Vegas, in the Goulds Pump Chevrolet, car 34. And car 12, the Verizon Wireless Dodge of Chelsea Balls. Sixth row has the Castrol GTX Chevrolet of William Brock, and he is on the inside of the row 6. And car 74, Charles Sanford, the Fina Lube Chevrolet, is on the outside. Row 7 has Luis Hernandez in car 36, the Stanley Tools Pontiac, and beside him will be Matt McIntyre in car 93, the Amoco Ultimate Pontiac. Next row down has John Arndt, car 5, the Delphi Chevrolet, and Emmanuel Hartnett, the winner this season at Myrtle Beach in the Aquafresh Pontiac, car 00. Next row has Andrew Perry in car 66, the Duraflame Dodge, and beside him will be Phil Parker in car 17, the DeWalt Tools Ford, or DeWalt Tools Chevy. Then it's Joshua Stakuli in car number 62, the South Point Hotel and Casino Chevrolet. He'll be alongside Andrew Davis in car 87, the Bellside Mobility Chevrolet. Next row down has Dunlop Pratt in cars 99, the Aaron's Dream Machine Toyota, and the number 3 AC Delco Chevrolet of Cole Devers on the outside. Next row down, Johnny Gardner, car 22, the Discount Tires Dodge, and beside him will be Cab Shearer in car 14, the Navy Chevrolet. Next row down has Trace Williams in the Phillips 66 Trop Arctic Chevrolet, car 29. Flanking him outside will be Jordan Anderson, car 18, the MBNA Pontiac. Next row down, going for the Darlington sweep, Dylan Young in car 38, the Great Clips Chevrolet, and beside him, Great Clips Toyota, and the Talladega winner, Daniel Olson, car 72, the Detroit Gasket Chevrolet. Next row down has car 44, Kyle Matthews, the championship leader in the Shell Pontiac. And beside him will be car 88, the Navy Chevrolet of Chris Dodd. Next row down has Zachary Fitzwater in car 45, the Sprint Spree Chevrolet. We'll tell you more about his story later. Beside him will be car 2, the AC Delco Chevrolet of Zach Flickinger. Next row down has Dougie Shears in car 23, the Stacker 2 Chevrolet. Beside him will be Matt Haas in car 37, the Timberwolf Pontiac. Next row down, Joshua Collard, the winner at Atlanta, in the Mark I Electric Ford, car 13 for Jennifer Jo Cobb Racing. Beside him will be car 43, the bumper-to-bumper Auto Value Toyota, car 43 of Michael Turner. His win came at Charlotte. Next row down is JT Bryant, car 1, the DeWalt Tools Ford, and beside him, Chris Dollerton, car 32, the Kleenex Chevrolet. And starting scratch on the field will be Nick Baxter in car 63, the Lysol Pontiac. He was the winner this season at Michigan. So as the field is about ready to get set for green flag racing here, gets ready to get the command of the fighters, let's quickly tell you what happened to Fitzwater, as I promised the story here, and I'm not going to fail you. Fitzwater appeared to have had the race at Bristol at hand. Now, what happened was, and I think I may have explained during the race, but if I didn't, here it is. The top order race was to have been him winning the race. Second place was to have been Phil Parker. Third was to have been Andrew Perry. And fourth was to have been Paul Minick. Those four crossed the start-finish line ahead of the pace car. And therefore, they got penalized to a lap down. Commands some good inverting engines with some racing here today at Darlington. Now, what happened was, so those four crossed the start-finish line ahead of the pace car to take the checkered flag. That of course is the rule. That rule of course is taboo in all of NASCAR, of course, and in all stock car racing. You're supposed to, of course, start finish line behind the pace car on the checker flag. Therefore, those four got relegated to one lap down in, I think it was 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th is what it was. So they still got top 10 finishes. But for Fitzwater, I honest to goodness hated that for Fitzwater. I really did. Because he had dominated that race for sure and had that first win in the bag. Hated that for him, Parker, Perry, and for Minnick as well. But the first car to pace car happened to have picked up and crossed the finish line ahead of was that 60 car Joshua Osborne. So even though he looked like he finished 5th, he actually was declared the winner by virtue of that because the pace car was ahead of, because that was the first car to pace car was ahead of, was Osborne, and therefore he was the winner of the Food City 250. And so hopefully that explained it very, very well of why the controversial finish of the night race at Bristol. And as I said, if it happens to anybody in this series, it always happens to me, it seems like. So that explanation out of the way, we are at Darlington, South Carolina for 37 laps of action here as the green flag's about the way for the Mountain Dew Baja Blast 200, and we are underway at Darlington. This, of course, part of Mountain Dew Racing Weekend. We'll have the Mountain Dew Southern 500 for the Castrol GTX Cup Series as well. As the field comes down through turns 1 and 2 here, Benjamin Miles, the winner at Daytona, jumps out in front. Joshua Osborne, who will be carrying one of our 3 in-car cameras. The other one would be right behind him, as that's Shelton, along also with Kyle Matthews, will be carrying our in-car cameras in today's event. Benjamin Miles leads the first lap. You're on board Joshua Osborne's car. This track very, very fast at Darlington, 189 miles per hour as you see going to turn number 3. Qualifying on this track at 178 miles per hour. And it goes inside of Phil Parker for the Benjamin Miles for the number 1 spot. Gets a side drive off him. Shelton will shove him up front here. And look at Nick Gunther in car 20 looking strong here in the early stages of the event as they come down on turn number 2. A pair of Ford Thunderbirds going at it here for the number 1 spot. Osborne in the 60 and Shelton in the 94. Shelton comes in this race second place in the points. Osborne's win, by the way, moved him in the 10th place in the points. He was 16th coming into Bristol. As they go on to turn number 1, here comes Jessica Shelton in car 94. And she'll take that New Holland Ford to the number 1 spot. Shelton has our rear bumper cam in this event here and looking right at Nick Gunther's Toyota, the 20 machine. Now from inside Shelton's car, they come out turn number 4 here and she'll lead this lap. And they go through turns 1 and 2 full throttle just about here, and now Shelton's hung up on the high side, and that's not what you want on this track. William Brock in 27 goes inside. Now Luis Hernandez in 36. And now Jesse Turner's going to take the lead in car 34. Chelsea Ball's right behind him in second position here. Brock goes to third. Hernandez goes to fourth position in car 36. And now Benjamin Miles, the pole sitter, gets back into it here. Andrew Perry in the 66 car. The 66 car appears to look like a Ford with that round appears to look like the round front grille that the Ford's got, but it's actually a Dodge, the number 66 Dodge Intrepid. Look at the far chase view. Look at the far chase view, and that's what it is. That's actually a Dodge. So it does look like a Ford there from a far enough angle. But Perry right now is in 5th position. And 5th position. And of course, that controversial thing at Bristol, that dropped Perry down to 7th place in the finishing order, by the way. As Chelsea Bowles has the lead, William Brock goes to 2nd position, Hernandez to 3rd, Miles to 4th, Perry 5th, 6th is Sakuli, 7th now is Dunn LaPrade, and Charles Sanford moving his way through the field here in the 74 car. Sanford currently right now 7th place in the point standings coming into this event at Bristol. All right, here at Darlington. Where are we here? Johnny Gardner moving his way through the field here in the 22 car, now behind Quentin Moore in 89, and it appears we got a change for the lead, and we do have a change for the lead. William Brock takes the Casey Atwood colors to the number 1 spot. As we continue to move through the field here, Gardner about at the 10th position, Quentin Moore at the 9th. Matt McIntyre in 93, he's right there in the field here. Trace Williams in 29, the Trop Art at Phillips 66 Chevrolet. Emmanuel Hardman moving his way through the field, and here comes that 38 car, Dylan Young, taking the Jason Leffler colors up to the field in the 38 machine. Young was the winner of the first visit to Darlington this at the first of the season. Kyle Matthews moving his way through the field in 44 here. Matthews made the most of a horrific weekend at start of Bristol, Tennessee. Remember, he crashed about on the 5th lap of the race, or actually spun and hit the wall on the 5th lap at Bristol, but came back to finish, I think, in 21st position. And Matthews, remember, has that huge point lead of 420 points, in his average finish this season, 9.5, believe it or not. And if he keeps this up right here, he might be on his way to a yet another top 10 finish, possibly going for the win. Matthews started in the back of the pack there as we rode along with him for a full lap. He's in 13th position. Up ahead is Dylan Young in 12th. Nick Gunther in 14th position. 15th, Jesse Turner. Jonathan Swan in 16th there. Phil Parker moving his way through the field here, and as Chelsea Bowles has dropped back in the 12 car. As now Phil Parker is battling with Andrew Davis in 87. Cole Deaver right behind in the 3 machine here, the AC Delco Chevrolet. And Deaver comes into this race in the 9th position in the points there. So Deaver having a solid run here this season. But he right now runs 19th in the field here. Joshua Collard, the Atlanta winner, going inside Chelsea Bowles off the wall, and Jessica Shelton had to take evasive action in the 94 car. She gets by Chelsea Bowles. So it moves Collard, Bryant, and Shelton up through the field here, and same with Osborne, who led for a while, and now he's back in the 26th position here. So shows you how things can change at Darlington very, very quick. On board with Osborne. He right now is in 24th position. Zach Flickinger up ahead in 23rd. Shelton in 22nd. Bryant in 21st. And Collard running in 20th. Well, not for long here, because now here comes Bryant to the inside here, and he'll take Shelton with him. And William Brock, who led for a while here, he's now dropped back to the 18th position. Kyle Matthews in 19th. Into turn 3 they go, and let's take you back to the front of the field here, and we got a battle for the lead. Charles Sanford going inside of Dunn LaPrade, and he's got Johnny Gardner behind him. Chevrolet in first, Dodge in second, Toyota running in third, and now Trace Williams in the field here. So we got some surprises up there in the field here. Dunn LaPrade and Trace Williams running strong at this juncture of the race here as we now near the midway point of the event. Now here comes Johnny Gardner for the lead. And Sanford led the lap by about a full car length on Gardner as they go down to turn number 1. Sanford in the 74 car, that's the Vinalube Chevy. And Gardner in the 22 Discount Tire Dodge. In contrast their seasons there, we'd said Sanford was 7th place in the points coming in. Gardner comes in this race 26th in points. Not having a season he had hoped for in the Brad Keselowski special as it came down to the start-finish line. Sanford led the lap again, but now Gardner fake moves to the inside, and he'll take the number 1 spot. And now watch Charles Sanford go backwards in that 74 car, unfortunately for him. And Trace Williams will go to 2nd place now. 3rd is Emmanuel Hartnett. And here comes Dylan Young up the field. Dylan Young looking strong at 38 machine. He goes to, I think that's 5th position, and now Trace Williams goes for the lead in 29. Boy, what racing we are seeing here at Darlington here to see this weekend. This race may not disappoint here, and the finish may not disappoint the way this is going right now. Williams up in front here to hit. That's the Chevrolet of Williams there. Hartnett in the Pontiac, and another Chevy, Benjamin Miles. Up to 3rd position there, Benjamin Miles was the pole sitter for the event. Gardner running in 4th, Dylan Young 5th, Andrew Perry in 6th is now. Emmanuel Hartnett will now take the lead in the 00 machine. There he is. Dunn LaPrade falling to 7th, Jesse Turner in 8th, 9th is Zorlin, and Bill Parker running in the 10th position in the 17th DeWalt Tool Chevy. Running behind is Andrew Davis in 11th. 12th is Cole Deaver. William Brock going to 13th in the 27 car. As Sanford is still up on the high side of the racetrack here. Kyle Matthews goes by in 44. That's 14th right there. And Sanford drops from the lead. The 15th is now Phil Parker goes inside of Trace Williams. Williams now caught up on the high side along with Andrew Davis. And whoa, Benjamin Miles got very close to Emmanuel Hartnett. This is battle for the lead. 4 cars you can throw a blanket over. Well, I suspect we're going to see the same action one here for the Southern 500 Cup event, which will be, I think, will be a 60-lap race. I think I'm going to have to check on. I'm going to check back on that and see, but I think it's going to be. I think it may be 50 or 60. I'm not so sure actually at Darlington, but anyway. And now the front. I think the front 8 cars have now broken away. Zorlin, the caboose of that train, in the 33 car. Bill Parker goes 9th, and 10th is now Cole Deaver in 33. On board, Kyle Matthews' car. He's in 12th position, right there behind William Brock in the 27 car in 11th. Setting the car in the banking, now on to the flat back stretch. See how fast Matthews goes in the draft, 188, 189, 190 miles an hour into turn number 3, and down to about 159 miles per hour through turns 3 and 4. And ladies and gentlemen, this what makes tracks like Darlington so unique, in my opinion. I think this egg-shaped oval is a very unique structure, this racetrack, and of course, unlike a lot of the other ovals on the tour, there where it's one of those cookie-cutter mile-and-a-halves or those regular ovals like Homestead. And Matthews now closes up on Brock here. Here comes inside of Zorlin now, and now Brock will go to 10th, and Matthews now goes to 11th. But I was going to say, Darlington is a very unique structure. You got one set of turns that's shorter than the other, and there's the short set of turns. That's turns 3 and 4, a very short set of turns. And 1 and 2 is the long set of turns where you basically just go almost, maybe have to let off just a slight, but basically a full throttle turn. Zachary Fitzwater, number 7 in the 45, running 17th at the moment there. Here, Fitzwater, of course, you know he wants to win one now after that heartbreaker at Bristol, unfortunately for him. As I said before, at Bristol, I really did. I really felt for Fitzwater on that one. That was, you know, talking about getting screwed out of a win in a very odd fashion. I mean, that was a very confusing situation what happened over there at Bristol. I mean, here, but Fitzwater, nevertheless, having a decent run to Darlington, the 17th position here. Collard in 18th, Shelton in 19th, and Trace Williams running in 20th position. As we will go back to the leaders. This is the battle for the lead, and look who is in second, going for the Darlington sweep. Dylan Young giving chase to his buddy Benjamin Miles in the 7 car. Miles looking for a second win of the season. So is Young, for that fact. Andrew Perry in 3rd. 4th is Dunn LaPrade in the 99 car. And now LaPrade and Perry says, I'm going to go with Young. And whoa! Young and Miles touch going into turn number 1. Just about sent Miles out of control here. Now comes Perry for the lead in the 66 car. Andrew Perry in the Dodge, Dylan Young in the Toyota, and in another Toyota, that's Dunn LaPrade in the 99 car. Now Emmanuel Hartnett decides to join in on the front. He says, hey, this is fun, I want to join in too. And we're down to just 5 laps to go. The racing here at Darlington, very, very brilliant. Let's put it that way. Now Miles goes to the 4th position now. Johnny Gardner's getting into it, and so is Cole Deaver, and so is Jesse Turner. They're all getting into it here. Deaver inside of Dylan Young. He'll make the pass. That's for the 6th position. Jesse Turner in 7th. And Young drops to 8th. William Brock goes to 9th. And look who's in the top 10 again. Kyle Matthews in that 44 car. That's the one driver who everybody hopes will that the top 10 points get a. Matthews, of course, one of the drivers who Matthews, of course, the driver that everybody hopes the points gathering will stop. Obviously. But anyway, Dunn LaPrade now gets the 2nd position here. Of course, Matthews. We're talking about Kyle Matthews. Of course, the season he's had though in the 10th place he's running right now. That's been a heck of a season he's had. JT Bryant is right behind him in the 1 car, so that top 10 may go away here in a minute. They go inside now. Dylan Young. Young continues to drop back, and now here comes Dunn LaPrade for the lead. Next time by will be the white flag. It's 2 laps to go now. Who will it be at the Baja Blast 200? Here. Dunn LaPrade. Will it be him? Will it be Emmanuel Hartnett? Will it be Perry? Will it be... Whoa! Matthews almost got turned around by JT Bryant right there in the background. The white flag is waved. Can Dunn LaPrade hold him off one more lap? We'll find out. Here comes Hartnett to the inside lane, down through the backstretch. They got one more set of turns to go. Here comes Hartnett to the inside of the racetrack. Hartnett and LaPrade side by side. Emmanuel Hartnett will take the lead. Come out turn number 4. And the Mountain Dew Baja Blast 200 goes to Emmanuel Hartnett. He wins at Darlington. Wow, what a race. Car 00, the Aqua Fresh Pontiac, Emmanuel Hartnett takes the 00 car to victory lane as the Buckshot Jones Specialties driving on a final lap pass on Dunn LaPrade to take the victory here today. Dunn LaPrade will take 2nd. 3rd position will go to Benjamin Miles. 4th to Johnny Gardner. 5th place will be Cole Deaver. Jesse Turner 6th, William Brock 7th, Kyle Matthews another 8th, top 10 finishing 8th, JT Bryant 9th, and Andrew Perry will finish in 10th position. Average speed 174.692. Look at the margin, 0.61 at the stripe. Good, close racing. here at the track. Too Tough to Tame. Darlington, South Carolina. What a race here in the Mello Series. The Mountain Dew Baja Blast 200 did not disappoint at all. So 23 races are in the books here in the NRSL Mello Series. Whew. Just tremendous racing here. Jonathan Zorn comes home in 11th. 12th place to Phil Parker. Nick Baxter 13th. A good day for him. Zachary Fitzwater, a solid 14th place run for him. Joshua Collard 15th. Jessica Shelton 16th. Trace Williams was 17th. 18th will be Dylan Young. Fell back right the last of the race here. Quentin Moore 19th. And Andrew Davis comes home in 20th position. In today's event, excuse me. 21st, we'll go to Zach Flickinger, Daniel Olson, 22nd, Matt Haas, 23rd, Ryan George, 24th, Cab Shear, 25th, Charles Sanford, unfortunately bad day for him, 26th position there. He was up there for one part of the race, but fell back about in the middle of the going. Jordan Anderson, 27th. 28th will be Dougie Shears. 29th, Luis Hernandez. 30th was Michael Turner. 31st, Nick Gunther. 32nd, Matt McIntyre. 33rd, Joshua Osborne. A bad finish for him coming off that win at Bristol. John Arndt, 34th. 35th, Chris Dodd, 36th. Joshua Sakuli, 37th. Chelsea Bowles, 38th. And Paul Minnick rounds out the finishing order in 39th. So the Mountain Dew Baja Blast 200 is history here at Darlington, South Carolina. And of course, this sponsor will return for next season's Darlington event there, part of Mountain Dew Racing Weekend. And the day goes to Emmanuel Hartnett. He will take the victory here at Darlington, South Carolina. His second one of the season, I believe. His first came at Myrtle Beach, which unfortunately got no footage of, but just the points just the finishing results, and I don't have the points from that event neither. But anyway, so Emmanuel Hartnett takes the win here today at Darlington. I'm getting lost here. Somebody help me. Next up in the tour will be at Richmond, Virginia for the Cup Mello, Yello, and Truck triple header here at Richmond, Virginia for the running of the Bubba Burger 250. So, with all that said here, this is James Claus. This has been a production of the NRSL, and we'll see you next time.